Welcome to the all-new Sports Visions on Bounce TV and to our worldwide web viewers on www.sportsvisionsusa.com. Hello, everybody. I'm DJ Jones alongside my good friend and traveling partner, Dale Williams. How are you, sir?
What's up, DJ?
And I'm great. The Dogs are undefeated. Got the biggest game in the world this week in Athens. And, of course, we got an opportunity to brag a little bit more about those Atlanta Falcons.
Hey, man, really a big weekend. Got a great weekend of football coming up. Georgia-Alabama game. Everybody's been wondering about that game all year, and really hats off to the Atlanta Falcons.
Also, coming up in just a little bit, we'll talk a little bit about who do you think is the best running back in the SEC? All that and more coming up next on Sports Visions.
The stage is set at the Phoenix City Amphitheater as Sports Vision presents the Tuskegee Morehouse Classic Old School Concert. Featuring the SOS Band, live in concert. A night of old school classic jams with the SOS Band, plus Howard Hewitt. Friday, October 9th, 7 p.m. in the Phoenix City Amphitheater. With your host, MC Lightfoot. Tickets are on sale now. Get them online at sportsvision.xorba.com. That's XORBIA.com. Call 877-350-7404. Also available at Wild Bill's, Melon Abe's Barbershop, Chester's Barbecue, and Express Motors. The SOS Band and Howard Hewitt live in concert for the Tuskegee Morehouse Classic Old School Concert. Friday, October 9th in the Phoenix City Amphitheater.
Welcome back to Sports Visions. The college football weekend, of course, is upon us. And I know coming off of last weekend, there's not a bigger game than the Georgia-Alabama game. But before we talk about Georgia and Alabama going head-to-head, let's talk about Georgia playing Southern last week. And, of course, I know a lot of folks thought that, they started slow, but they ended up getting to where they needed to be.
They did what they needed to do, get out of the game with no major injuries, making sure that they had some younger kids playing, getting some depth, because they're going to need everything they have this week, DJ, and really at the same time to get out of that game without any big injuries and great performances by Grayson Lambert, Chubb, even Malcolm Mitchell shows up. So basically it's just a tune-up for Georgia.
Our prayers go out to, of course, the Southern player that had suffered a neck injury. Of course, we got the reports that he had successful neck surgery, and hopefully he'll be back down in Baton Rouge, which is with his friends and family, real soon. But again, that was really a trial time and a troubling time, and I know that both teams definitely felt bad about that situation.
They did, and really hats off to the University of Georgia whole entire athletic department. Mark Rick and his crew, the training staff, did everything possible to make this thing comfortable for the Southern player, also and his family, by sending a jet to pick up his family and bring him back to Athens. That's big, DJ.
All right. Undefeated, the Georgia Bulldogs hosting the Alabama Crimson Tide. This is the biggest game on the schedule. This is the biggest game in quite some time, as far as I'm concerned. Tickets going for $400 and $500. Scalpers are going to have a field day, even though Alabama had a loss early on. And, again, I'd hate to think of what would happen had they not lost, but I don't really think it's going to make a difference.
I don't think it makes a difference at all, DJ, because we always say in the SEC, if you're going to lose early. Alabama's gotten their loss out of the way, and we also know that you can win the SEC championship by losing one or two games. So really, the loss, I'm not really that big on that loss, but I think it's a bigger game for Georgia. If Georgia's going to be in the top four or the team that they really want to be, they got to beat Alabama.
I know that a lot of folks thought that Alabama had their sights set on this game last week when they played a dismal performance against Louisiana Monroe. However, Alabama won the game 34-0. But again, Nick Saban, obviously, he can motivate these guys better than anyone. And I know going into Athens, there's no way in the world that this team is going to come in not ready to play.
That's right, DJ. They played a great game on defense. 34-0, only giving up 73 yards. I think they really Nick sent a message this past week about defense, and it's going to take defense to win championship. But at the same time, DJ, I think everything that they've done, Alabama has done early and Georgia has done early, DJ, I think they're going to throw that playbook out the window. It's going to be some new stuff going on this weekend. Alabama
and Georgia, a must-see this Saturday, a 3:30 CBS game. Don't miss it. We'll definitely be there. I'm going to have opportunity now to talk about Auburn. And I don't know, again, what's going on over at Auburn, but I just know right now this is not a good time. Again, taking a defeat to Mississippi State last week, hosting San Jose State. hopefully they can get back on the right into the winning column.
That's right, DJ. A game really they need a game like this, DJ, really to get some kinks out, make sure that a lot of players are healthy, get some depth, and just see and award some younger players. They need a game like this, DJ, because it has not been good over there on the Plains. They played a whole lot better on defense against Mississippi State. They played a little better on offense, DJ, but they were great going from the 20 to the 20, but they were stopped 4 times in the red zone last week. So I'm sure Gus is going to tweak that thing and work on that, and they're trying to get back on the winning side, D.
I tell you what, the new quarterback, Sean White, I can't really get any indication if he was any better for the team or not, but the bottom line is they got to get it going on offense.
They got to get it going on offense, DJ, and anytime a Gus Malzahn offense only scores 9 points, DJ, you got some problems. But again, they had a lot of total yardage, but they couldn't score in the red zone, and that just frustrates a guy like Gus to no end. So I think they're gonna have to get back together, man, and get it together and play a little bit of better offense.
All right, let's take it to downtown Atlanta, where the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets will be hosting the University of North Carolina this week. Took their second straight defeat last week against Duke. And again, we talked about the Dukies, and again, it's not just a basketball school anymore.
That's right, and they always play Georgia Tech real tough, winning last week 34-20. I think the score may indicate how close it was, but Duke did a great job of stopping the triple option. And anytime you can do a great job on defense to stop the triple option, that's big time in itself. But really, they got to get themselves back together, DJ, and North Carolina is going to be a whole lot tougher than Duke.
All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our Mercedes-Benz picks of the week.
Alabama will travel to Sanford Stadium to play the Georgia Bulldogs. Auburn will host San Jose State. Georgia Tech will host North Carolina at Bobby Dodge Stadium. Tennessee will play Arkansas. Mississippi State will play Texas A&M. Ole Miss will travel to Gainesville to play Florida. Kansas State will play Oklahoma State. Don't forget to email all your picks to Dale Williams at sportsvisionsusa.com by 12 o'clock on Saturday.
Now let's take a look at our Black College scores and lineup. Brought to you by our good friends from Mel and Abe's Barbershop.
Okay.
Sports Vision is sponsored by Aflac, Crown Royal, Express Motors, Diverse Powers.
Hello, football fans. Coming up August 31st, our college football picks of the week. And that's right, it's brought to you by our good friends from Mercedes-Benz of Columbus.
Each week during the 2015 college football season, Sports Vision will pick 7 of the top college games around the SEC, ACC, Big 10, Big 12, and the Pac-12. Viewers in the Chattahoochee Valley will stop by Mercedes-Benz of Columbus to fill out their pick forms and receive a free test drive voucher. The form must be turned in before 12 o'clock on game day. The customer with the most winning picks will win a complimentary prize brought to you by Mercedes-Benz of Columbus. The winner automatically qualifies for the grand prize, round-trip ticket for 2 to the SEC Championship game in Atlanta, Georgia. So stop by Mercedes-Benz of Columbus to fill out your form.
The lightest or nothing. The smartest or nothing. The quietest or nothing. The sleekest, sexiest, baddest, safest, tightest, harshest, or nothing. At Mercedes-Benz, we do things one way or we don't do them at all. The 2015 C-Class. The best or nothing.
4 of the top 5 Marriott golf courses are on the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail in Alabama. Ross Bridge, Grand National, Capitol Hill, and the Grand Hotel were named their favorite golf resorts by guests of Marriott and Renaissance Hotels of North America. 4 out of 5 is a pretty good average. Take it from those who've been there and book a trip to the trail. Call 800-949-4444 or visit rtjgolf.com.
Stop by these locations to pick up your free copy of Sports Vision's magazine: Hilton Garden Inn, Chester's Barbecue, and Express Motors.
Welcome back to Sports Visions. It's now time for us to do our on-the-wall segment, and we really enjoy doing this because you have an opportunity to Facebook us, email us, call us, and just talk a little bit about what's going on in the world of sports. As it pertains to this week, Who is the best running back in the SEC? And that's the question that's posed on us. And we have some great ones. Leonard Fournette, of course, from LSU is just a Herschel Walker look-alike. You got Nick Chubb doing his thing up in Athens, and then, of course, the beast over at Alabama. Derrick Henry. I'm gonna let you start with this.
Ooh, man, that's a tough one, man. That's a tough one. Believe it or not, DJ, just like I told my boy Willie in the barbershop the other day, I like Leonard Fournette. I think this guy might be the closest thing to Herschel Walker in a long time. I mean, he's big, he runs violently, he runs downhill. I mean, he's looking to hurt you in the secondary if he gets there. Chubb, and I think really he's just as good. He's got great vision. He cuts back. He's just as good. Derrick Henry runs downhill. If I had to choose one as my starting running back, woo, man, I got to go with Chubb, man. I can't go get, I'm a Bulldog. I got to go with Chubb.
Okay, all right. I feel you. I feel you with that. But I'm going to tell you something. All three of these guys are outstanding. Outstanding. But I'm going to tell you right now, as much as I love Chubb, as much as I love Leonard Fournette, and Derrick Henry certainly does his thing, the one guy that I'll take that not even in that lineup, Sony Michel, University of Georgia. Sony Michel is a guy, he's three-dimensional. He can run, he can block, and he can even throw the ball if they need to. But he can line up at wide receiver. We've seen him make people miss. He has game-breaking speed, and I know, for the sake of the arguments, I know that he's not even in the mention as far as the All-American candidate. He's not even in the mention as the Heisman front-runner. But if he was on any other team, he would be. And if anything happens to Chubb, which I hope it doesn't.
Watch out, player.
He would be obviously the guy that stepped on the scene just like Chubb did when Gurley got hurt. But the best thing about what's going on at Georgia is they have a 1-2 tandem, the best tandem in America. And, just for the sake of this conversation, Sony Michel is my best back.
Well, I think the versatility, the way Georgia uses this guy, and I think he's going to be big this week. I think they're going to put him in a lot of situations where there's mismatches. But really, the Nick Chubb, the Leonard Fournette, please. I mean, this guy, I hope that he can continue to play like he does, but I think sometimes they're going to have to get this guy the ball 25, 30 times because, again, LSU does not have an offense without this guy. The quarterback situation, throwing the ball downfield, that does not exist. Derrick Henry, I think he's a more of a power back. He is the grinder, give it to him, 20 times. But I think really with Drake in the lineup, they have a good 1-2 punch too. They are both big backs, but I think, like you said, the Sony Michel piece, I think really he's the wild card for Georgia. You can put him in a lot of space, put him in a lot of position, but I really like the way Leonard Fournette runs. I guess we got spoiled with Nick Chubb, but I think this kid out of LSU, Fournette, I mean, he is special player.
Well, you talk about Leonard Fournette reminding us of Herschel Walker, but the bottom line is, on paper, Nick Chubb has done what Herschel Walker had done. He's already rushed for 12 consecutive 100-yard games, and again, he's going to break that record. Probably against Alabama, and a lot of folks probably don't think it, but this will be the spotlight because everybody respects the fact of how Alabama plays run defense. And when you're a top running back, if you're a Heisman Trophy candidate, if it's your day to shine, you shine against Alabama. That sets you apart from anybody, regardless of what Fournette has done. If you go off for 150-plus yards against Alabama, he will be the front runner.
I think he'll be the front runner. But again, like I said, when you can't overlook what Fournette has done. I mean, if he touches the ball 20 times, DJ, he's going to have 200 yards. That's what's been the plan here lately. But at the same time, you got to look at the competition. And really, if you're going to stop either of these three of these guys, you better be ready on defense. I think it's going to be a great test for Nick Chubb. I think it's going to be a great check, a great gut check for Derrick Henry. If he can run, if he can do well against the Georgia defense, if LSU plays Alabama when they play, does this kid does a good job? So really, it's going to be about what competition you're playing and how you do in those big-time games.
And one thing is for sure, the SEC has some great running backs. All four of these guys will be #1 draft choices should they stay healthy. And, of course, keep doing what they're doing. I guarantee you the NFL will be a special place for these guys.
And, even though the NFL has almost ignored running backs here in the last couple of years, I think their eyes are definitely attending and very, very focused on these running backs in the SEC.
All right. We'll be right back after this.
Sports Vision is sponsored by Aflac, Crown Royal, Express Motors, Diverse Powers, Hilton Garden Inn, Chick-fil-A, Columbus Tech, Chester's Barbecue, ENS.
Hi, I'm Philip Davitt with ENS Men's Clothing Warehouse. We'd like to say thank you, Columbus and the Bi-City area, for 20 great years on Macon Road in the heart of Columbus. We're inviting you out to our 20th anniversary sale with bigger savings and deals than ever before.
To help show our appreciation, ENS is offering complete suit and tux packages only $99. Jackets, pants, shirts, and ties, a $199 value for just $99. Find us on Facebook for details on how to win a suit or tux package. Come celebrate our 20th anniversary. ENS, where you get more for a whole lot less.
The lightest or nothing. The smartest or nothing. The quietest or nothing. The sleekest, sexiest, baddest, safest, tightest, harshest or nothing. At Mercedes-Benz, we do things one way or we don't do them at all. The 2015 C-Class. The best or nothing.
Departure, arrival, search, post, chat, check in. New foods, new fun, new favorites. All right, new clients. Don't stop there. Explore, discover, connect, grow, celebrate, work, live, play. Breathe. At Hilton Garden Inn, we know you'll love our cook-to-order breakfast, first-rate amenities, and award-winning service. So count on us to give you all the ways to make the most of every stay. Hilton Garden Inn. It's better at the Garden.
Welcome back to Sports Visions. It's now time for our Atlanta Falcons report. And once again, for the third week in a row, the Falcons are victorious.
They're victorious, DJ, and you can hear that noise. That noise that you hear is the sound of the tailgates in Atlanta, Georgia.
Absolutely. And again, congratulations to Coach Bob Quinn. And excuse me, is it Bob or Dan? I think it's Dan. Yeah,
Dan Quinn.
It doesn't even matter. Falcons are undefeated. Rise up, Falcon Nation. Great job out in Dallas. I mean, they took it under the chin, falling 14-0, in a territory where usually you don't come back.
Yeah.
We're able to put some, points together, man. And again, that was just a brilliant performance. Once again, Julio Jones and Matt Ryan. But boy, what can you say about the little running back?
Hey, man, I mean, Devontae Freeman did a great job, DJ. But I want to give kudos to the defensive line of the Atlanta Falcons, because really they were getting pushed around the place, 28-14 at the half, 21-20 at the half. When Dan Quinn, I guess it was a timeout, when he went and talked to his defensive lineman, along with Brian Cox, and Brian Cox has done a great job. When he put every kid, every player that was in 90s, in Pop Warner, when you played 90, you were ineligible to touch the ball. Mm-hmm. These guys got after the Dallas Cowboys, DJ, and they pushed them back. They were getting pressure without blitzing. I think that was the turning point of the game, along with a great performance by Devontae Freeman and Julio Jones. I think really if that can be the template for the Atlanta Falcons for the rest of the year, they're in for a great year.
A 3-0 start is definitely nothing to shy about. Mm-hmm. The fact of the matter is that what's happening is now that the Atlanta Falcons are starting to play so well that they're starting to believe that they could compete against anybody. And that's again, right. The more each and every week. This week they host the Houston Texans, and Houston hadn't done so well, but at the same time, this is the type of team that you have to prepare for because again, they hadn't performed to their expectations up to this point, and also they have one of the premier defensive players in the league, J.J. Watt,
and Clowney is back also, DJ. So it's going to be a tough game, but I'm going to tell you something, and I hope history does not repeat itself. The Atlanta Falcons don't play good after a big game. And I'm hoping that they go in this game and for the rest of the year, they win the games they're supposed to win. Because really, they need to win and get a lead in the South Division to stretch this thing out, make sure that they can do something. Because I'm going to tell you, DJ, they're going to have to rest Julio Jones. If they're going to keep on feeding Julio Jones like they're feeding, I just feel, he's so physical, and, I feel every lick that he gets. I mean, he's a great receiver, but I just think that they're going to have to rest him a little bit and not depend on him so much. And I guess we're going to have to put an Amber Alert out for Roddy White, player, because I'm like, 2 games and this guy hadn't caught a pass. Devontae Freeman, I think he's going to be great, DJ. I like how he hits the hole, I like how he gets outside, and I really like how he's available in the passing game on 3rd down.
Speaking of Julio, he certainly has proved himself to be, if not the best, one of the best in the game. Of course, right now leading the NFL in catches and receptions and touchdowns. And again, the mark that he has, I don't think that anybody has gotten off to a start with over 30 catches in the first 3 games, with the amount of yardage that he has. But you're right. Julio obviously is wounded. He's playing wounded, and he's still, with the hamstring, and he's still dominating. And again, we talked about double covering this guy. People still don't double cover him, and when they do, he still beats the double coverage. I don't understand how in the world can you not eliminate Julio Jones. You don't even attempt to walk anybody up to bump him off the line of scrimmage. That seems so elementary to a couple of old defensive backs.
Well, the biggest thing with Julio Jones, he's so big, he's so powerful. I really think he likes contact. Like the whole power forward in basketball, they like contact. And I think Julio's biggest advantage is that he's so physical that he can get off the bump. And then at the same time, he just catches the ball very well in traffic. So I think really right now he's got to be the top receiver in the NFL. He's already broken any record. Nobody has caught that many receptions in 3 games than Julio Jones. And like I said, got to spread the ball around a little bit, Matt Ryan, but I'm real concerned. I'm real concerned with Julio Jones.
And, of course, I look for Julio Jones to get the NFC Player of the Month for the first month of the season here in September. He's already been spectacular the first 3 weeks, and I don't look for that to stop anytime soon. Certainly, I look for him to have a banner day against the Houston Texans as well. But, as you talk about that defense, William Moore had a big interception for the Falcons in the Dallas game. And we talked about William Moore being that leader on that defense again, because he hits a ton and he gets everybody lined up. He got a lot of young players on that defense. But, again, you have to give credit where credit is due, and William Moore certainly deserves something.
He does. He really does, DJ. I think the Falcons had given up 200-plus yards by halftime. After the half, they only gave up 52 yards. And I think, again, that 90 group that came in, trust me, anybody wears number 90, put them in the lineup because they got after people. They stopped the running game. And, keep in mind, Dallas is supposed to have the top offensive line in football.
Right.
But really, the Falcons did a great job with them. I don't like them when they do have the 90s in the game and they're pressing the pocket, they play zone. I hate them not being able to get off the field on 3rd down, and they had a problem with that in certain situations. If you're going to get after them, turn it loose and get after them.
Now let's take a look at our Crown Royal picks of the week.
The Atlanta Falcons will host the Texans. The New York Jets will play the Miami Dolphins. The Chiefs against the Bengals. Panthers against the Buccaneers. The Eagles against the Redskins. The Browns will travel to San Diego to play the Chargers. The Rams will travel to St. Louis to play the Cards. Packers against the 49ers. And the Cowboys will travel to New Orleans to play the Saints. And finally, we got the Detroit Lions against the Seahawks. Don't forget to email all your picks to Dale Williams at sportsvisionsusa.com before 12 o'clock on Sunday.
The stage is set at the Phoenix City Amphitheater as Sports Vision presents the Tuskegee Morehouse Classic Old School Concert. Featuring the SOS Band, live in concert. A night of old school classic jams with the SOS Band. Plus, Howard Hewitt. Friday, October 9th, 7 p.m. in the Phoenix City Amphitheater. With your host, MC Lightfoot. Tickets are on sale now. Get them online at sportsvision.xorba.com. That's XORBIA.com. Call 877-350-7404. Also available at Wild Bill's, Melon Abe's Barbershop, Chester's Barbecue, and Express Motors. The SOS Band and Howard Hewitt live in concert for the Tuskegee Morehouse Classic Old School Concert. Friday, October 9th in the Phoenix City Amphitheater.
Hello, my name is Susan Cooper, President and CEO of the Urban League of Greater Columbus. Please join us for the 19th Annual Equal Opportunity Day Dinner and Black Tie Gala, Saturday, October 24th at the Columbus Convention and Trade Center. Silent auction and reception at 6 p.m., benefit dinner at 7 o'clock, and at 8:45, the Black Tie Gala with dancing. Please support this event. $75 donation and $100 donation for VIP ticket and seating. Please contact the Urban League at 706-322-6840. Please join us for the 19th Annual Equal Opportunity Day Dinner and Black Tie Gala.
Scott Sawyer with Diverse Power. Diverse Power wants our customers to enjoy all the benefits that reliable, consistent electric service provides. Our BPI certified technicians offer duct blaster testing of your HVAC ductwork to locate leaks. We also offer a full blower door examination that will qualify homeowners and home builders to meet the new Energy Code building standards. At Diverse Power, we offer innovation through vision, quality through service.
And welcome back to today's final segment of Sports Visions. And man, I tell you, I'm excited because the Bulldogs are undefeated, the Falcons are undefeated, and those two teams are good with me.
If the home teams are doing well, it's good. But like I said, I keep saying, it's a lot of football to be played, player.
A lot of football. I tell you what, speaking of football, the local football, high school football, man, tell you what, it's coming downhill. And I said last week, it's coming downhill fast. But you know what? The cream is starting to rise to the top.
That's right.
You know what? In the next couple of weeks here, we'll know who the contenders and the pretenders are as far as the chase to the playoffs.
That's right. Everybody's in region play now, division. We're going to find out who the real teams are. It probably is going to take 6 wins, DJ, to get you in the playoffs. So everybody now, is no room to mess around. It's serious business in high school football.
I have to mention that, of course, Sports Visions, the magazine, our anniversary edition, is on the streets. And I tell you what, I put the page up about local college players and coaches in the collegiate level and professional level. And man, that page has gotten so many likes. Again, a good thing about that is that, a lot of folks, they know where our athletes are. They know where they're playing college ball. They know where they're playing pro ball, but they don't know the local high school players here that are now coaching. And again, we got the list in there. And of course, a big shout out to Ramon Nickerson down at Tuskegee doing his thing.
Doing his thing, DJ, the DB coach down there. And really, if you don't notice this, it's a lot of DBs from Tuskegee and pro, and he's probably the reason they're in there.
All right. That's going to do it for all the time we have for today's show. For Dale Williams, I'm DJ Jones, reminding you to keep your eye on the ball. Have a great week.
Matthew 6:33, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added unto you.